What I actually I shouldn't be talking voice.
All right, please make your way down to the Lost Finds cache. Do not go on either of those pads. That would be most unpleasant. All right, just while we're in here, if the healers could please just kind of discuss themselves in the not new or not brand new, not shiny at all party chat in instance, and discuss whether you have Spellforge or Steel Sting, just to go ahead and confirm that. Also, please check your Lost Finds holster, make sure it's there. Then when you are done, if you could go back, some of our lovely friends have designated markers where each of our parties go to. And also, if you notice the placement of these markers, the A, B, and C are on the left side, because when we're all ready, we'll be going down that left pad, and that takes us to the slimy area. And then all those of you on Alliance D, E, or F will be going on the right side into the Golem area. I have no idea if people have excellence or not. I do not recommend that. Or, no, I do. Let me rephrase that. I do not require that. Excuse me. If you want to bring it, go for it. But definitely not a requirement. Aw, you're excellent today? Well, I think you're excellent every day.
Well, I think you're excellent.
Aw, thank you. Alrighty, and we'll just wait for everyone to get what they need from the cache. No rush. And just please be sure to open up your Lost Finds holster and just kind of take a look and make sure everything is what you want it to look like. How you have everything that you actually want in here. Like in my case, I'm checking to see if I have a banish, and gosh, I just don't know. Oh, yes, thank you, Jamal, on confirming sweep 3. If I could get our other sweep friends to confirm. Sweep 2, thank you, Knackle, and quit trying. If you could please confirm you've got your duelist stuff. People are talking about ice spikes. Goodness, what even is that? I don't know.
Ice spikes is fun when you hit the boss while it has ice spikes.
Yeah, that's what people should do.
So your
The,
GCD becomes 8 seconds, and it's really funny.
the only reason I know that is because it's a blue mage skill.
It's
Oh, looks like our lost cache and appraiser are empty. So if our teams could all please run ready checks. Thank you.
It's also arm's length, I believe, is programmed the same way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have the same skill.
Nice.
Arm's
So you
length
have
is
ice spikes everywhere you go, kind of.
except for it doesn't do damage.
I know. If they ever did blue mage, I would definitely want to just do like a ice spikes versus ice spikes, like staring contest, whose spirit breaks first, kind of thing.
Oh, I forgot to say F ready.
He's ready. Charlie ready. Bravo ready. Echo ready. Foxtrot ready. Alpha ready. We are rating on. Oh, yep. Delta ready. Okay, and then just one last call to the cache and one last call to the appraiser. If you need anything, please go over there. Just remember, all healers should have reflect and dispel capabilities. Tanks should have ether shield. I guess it's a little late to say this now. Tanks should have antidotes, but rest in peace if you don't. So yeah, I think we're good. Go ahead and jump, and we'll be going A, B, and C to the left to the Slimies, and right side to the Golems. And the right side team, if they could please go down the next Golem channel, or Golem to the Golem voice channel, please. Right, yes, thank you for the markers there. All right, if we could have an Alliance A healer and tank, one of those duos below and above the alpha marker. And same, we're gonna do the same on Bravo. I'm just gonna go up north. And then if healer and tank combo in Charlie could do the same. So you guys, Charlie had 2 healers, didn't they? I thought they did. Okay, and then, yeah, basically just split up into light parties above and all right, just gonna take a look at our teams here. Very good. Very good. All right, very good. Okay, make sure we got our line up here. Got a tank. All right, very good. Yep, go ahead and go back down here, Yorioku. And then let's see, looks like you have one too many DPS up here. Oh yeah, if you wanna. Alright, okay, you're a tank. Okay, could one of the DPS above Alpha here, if one of you guys could just go down here? Oh, Irioku, can you come back down here, please? So they need to just
swap with the other healer. The healer,
Oh.
me and the other healer swapped.
Okay, okay. Can we get one other DPS below the Alpha marker, please? And then let's get. Authorin, you want to go over here? Basically, we're just going to be, we want light parties, and then I'm just going to hand over a DPS from Bravo to each one of these rooms. So, Aiko, could you please go over here above the Charlie marker? Thank you. Alright, Mahia, could you go over here below the Alpha marker, please? Thank you. And Knackle, if you could please go under the Charlie marker. Thank you. Alrighty, so we are going to do Slimies. Just gonna make sure we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. I think we're good then. Yeah, okay, awesome. So we're going to be dealing with the slimy side today. And so if you open up your map, you'll notice there's 4 different rooms. And so when we're all ready, I'm going to have Reika Gist open the door to the entrance. Slimy side is best side. You know, I will not judge you for that taste. And so basically when you open up the door, you're going to see these slimes that are just going to fall from the sky. And so what we want to do is get these slimes on these green pads here in the center of each room. And the green slimes, which their monster name is Viscous Clot. So like if there's anyone who's colorblind in the raid, just, you know, those are Viscous Clot is what we are referring to. We want to get the Viscous Clots to basically fuse together, and each time they fuse, they'll have a buff stack that'll increase with each fusion. And when they get to a buff stack of 5, they will use a technique called Rupture. And we want 4 stack 5 Viscous Clots to use Rupture on all 4 of these green pads at the same time. And in order to do that, we'd have to do a whole bunch of setup and strategies to make it happen. And so I'm going to use the northwest room here, for example. So we're going to have our tank here, which is Maximus. We're going to have you, when we start, first we're going to stay behind Reika Gist because they are going to pop. They're going to use their invuln, and they're going to pop traps placed at the center line in the hallway, in the middle hallway. If you turn your camera, you can kind of see it. But we'll wait for that first, and then you'll follow behind them. And after they do that, you'll be going to like the door to go into the northwest room. But before you go in there, you're going to use your own invuln and then just run in a straight line. That way, if there are any traps, you will pop those traps, and you only need to run in a straight line. You don't have to do like a zigzag or anything like that. And then afterwards, you're just going to be gathering green slimes, but you're not going to go out and get them or anything. You're just going to stay by the pad. And then the healer in your party, which is Iryoku Avaleska, will be grabbing the Viscous Clots and just kind of bringing them over to you. And then you'll be grabbing them with your ranged attack. And then you're going to get the Viscous Clot to the pad. And then you're going to get another one over there. And you want them to be very close together, and then they will fuse. Then when they fuse, it'll be a buff, or they'll have a stack of 1. And then each time it fuses, it'll go up to 1, 2, 3, 4. And then when it gets to 4, and then an Iryoku will grab the 5th and final Viscous Clot, you're going to hold off and not immediately grab it. Because we want to do the ruptures at roughly the same time. So we're just going to hold on to it, and when you have it, you're basically just going to say in Yell chat, just like Northwest 4+1. So that lets me know that Northwest has, the 4 stacked green slimy all fused up, and the +1 means that the healer has the 1 extra slimy that we need. And so when all 4 rooms have the 4+1, I will then call to merge, and which at that point you will use provoke on the Viscous Clot green slimy. And then with this one in particular, you want to make sure that last slime goes basically in like the center of the hitbox of the big slime. And so that way you can guarantee that they fuse together, because sometimes if you like do a provoke and then you pull them forward, and then they're at an angle where they can hit you, but they're not quite close enough to the big slime to actually initiate the fusion. And so then if like one tank does that and then the other 3 have their ruptures going, it's not at the same time, which will then cause a wipe. So that's just one thing. I'll try to call that out as well on that last pull to make sure to, pull the smaller Viscous Clot inside the hitbox of the bigger Viscous Clot. Exactly, yeah. You definitely want them on the pad. It's very, very important to have them on the pad. And then for healers, like I was saying earlier, we want them to grab Viscous Clots and pull them over. And we don't want them to just stand like in the doorway. If you notice the maps, you notice these maps? So like in the northwest room, we want the healer to bring it to the northeast corner. And then for the northeast room, the healer in there will bring it to the northwest corner. And basically it's going to be the corner nearest the door, the closest door. Oh no, I'm sorry. When I say these maps, I just mean to when you open up your map for this area here. So you'll see 4 little rooms. And so like the southwest side, southwest healer is going to bring it into the southeast corner. And then the southeast room, southeast healer will bring their viscous clot to the southwest corner. That way they just stay out of the way as well. And just like I was saying before, each time you bring the viscous clot into your required corner, then the tank will just pull that off. Oh yes, thank you. Yeah, please check those images. And also we'll be doing room strats, so the red will also be important for when I'm covering the DPS. And so the tanks will pull that off of the healer. And also note to healers, please do not use any dots on any of the viscous clots. Just do your single targets, so like Dosis, Glare, Malefic, or Broil. And also, if you're pulling a viscous clot and you notice it's going to someone else, do not fight it for aggro. Just let it go. That's okay. They probably just target around the same time you did, since there is a casting time involved. It just happens. Like I'm sure they're not being like malicious or anything. So just no need to get upset about that or anything. Just focus on grab it. Just grab the next viscous clot that you can, and then we just take care of this. And then also while you're doing this, you also want to keep an eye on your tank's HP, as every time the viscous clots fuse together and they get that buff stack, each buff stack will increase the damage they do on your tank. And also for tanks, usually when the buff stack gets to like 3 or 4, that area, you might want to start popping some mitigation, like some good old rampart, that kind of stuff. Okay, and then for DPS, you'll be dealing with the Sanguine Clot, which is the red slimy, and those will also be dropping down in these rooms, and they are very dangerous. So what we want to make sure to do is attack them quickly, because they will tether to the first person that attacks them. And so you want to make sure that they are tethered to you, the DPS, and not to the tank or healer. And so, as also noted in that image, you'll notice the red outline on each of the corners in the map, and in the picture in raid text chat. That is where the DPS will be bringing those slimes. And so an easy way to remember it is just the corner is basically the same as the room you're in. So like, I'm going to pick on the northwest again. A northwest DPS, attack red slimy, Sanguine Clot, pull their Sanguine Clot to the northwest corner. Southwest, pull their Sanguine Clot to the southwest corner and beat it down and kill it. And you want to make sure to kill them very quickly, because if they fuse, they grow bigger quickly, and they're very hard to kill, and they pretty much just one-shot you with their slimy, gooey headbutts. Like, they hurt a lot. So you want to make sure that never happens. And also should be noted about positioning is that the Sanguine Clots, if they get too close to the viscous clots, they can fuse together. And the Sanguine Clot red slimes pretty much always, or actually not pretty much, they will always kind of overtake the viscous clot, and they'll become a bigger Sanguine Clot that will, again, just one-shot everybody. So and as we are doing room strats, DPS, your main priority is just beat down the Sanguine Clots and make sure they don't have a chance to do any sort of fusion. And it should also be worth noting that the fusions can be interrupted. So any like fizz range can do like a head graze on that as well. And we have a big enough raid that we don't need Lost Burst or Rampage, shouldn't need that. So just hit it down. And also we are not going to be using Lost Actions, but it is good to use this slime encounter as a good opportunity to just build your gauge for when we fight Trinity Seeker. Since I like to think we're going to make it on this first try, hopefully. But if not, that's okay. You know, if we wipe, slime wipes are not uncommon. So if that happens, we'll just, you know, we'll wipe, and we'll leave, and then we'll re-instance. And that happens. So as a healer, you take the green slime, the viscous clot, and then yep, you bring it to corner of the rim. Let's see, where are you at? You're in southeast? Yes, so you will take your viscous clot and you'll bring it to the southwest corner of your southeast room. And then your tank will grab it off you with their range enmity attack. Okay. And then when I call for the merge. Oh, yeah, you can get a good camera view on that one. Thank you, Iryoku. And when I call for merge, basically what we're going to do, merge it. Yeah, we merge them all at the same time. Then they're going to cast Rupture. Once they're all casting Rupture, then we just pop Sprint. We go out from the north door, and then we go all the way to the upper right corner of this area. You can see it on your map. And basically we just haul ass out of there because the explosions from their ruptures are really big, and they cause ruin stacks. So we want to be away from those when they happen. And then,
I do have a question.
Go ahead.
What exactly is a ruin stack?
Oh, yes, that is a mechanic that's in Delubrum Regine. It's also in normal mode as well. In normal, it's without the stack where, like, if you get hit twice, then you get hit with the Doom stack.
Oh, there's that.
Yeah, it's and now at the start of the Savage version, it'll be a thrice come ruin stack, so we have to take 3 hits before we get hit with the Doom. And then that changes to twice come ruin when we get to the Phantom.
Okay.
And then, oh yeah, and I was just going to mention about positioning. Like if you're a tank and you see like a Sanguine Clot get kind of close to you, you can position yourself where your body is kind of in the way between the Sanguine Clot and the Viscous Clot, and this can also prevent them from fusing. They have to be fairly close. Okay, I think that's about it, other than, oh, actually no, that's not it. North and south. We are going to be dealing with the Bajin Soldier. And then, so our tanks in my lines here, Reikagist and Saku will be just make sure to have aggro on the Bajin Soldier, and we'll just beat them down. We want to make sure they don't go in any of the rooms, because if they do their AoE attack, it'll just knock the slime right off, which oftentimes, like I know when that's happened to me, that usually causes a wipe. But so we want to make sure to avoid that. And the Boston soldiers, they can also be stunned, but they cannot be interrupted. I'm not sure if they can go to sleep actually. Have to science that someday. Okay. Are there any questions? So there's a lot of stuff to slime, so it is possible that I miss some stuff.
Can they be affected by Addle?
I have no idea, actually. You have Addle? Use it?
Yes.
And let me know. I really have no idea.
There's nothing really to addle here. There's no like raid wides or anything going out.
Yeah. True.
And I think, oh, I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but tanks, I'll have all tank stances on, and try not to self-heal. So like no clemency or equilibrium or any of those, because you could accidentally trigger aggro from viscous clots, and then that could cause an early rupture, and then we wipe. And likewise, no AoEs, so no AoE healing, no big dances. Yeah, no dancing. Slimes really don't like it when you dance. Just bothers them. So, I knew I was forgetting something. That was it. Okay, so let's just go ahead and run ready checks then. Alpha ready, Charlie ready, and Bravo. Oh yeah, and we're ready in Bravo. I'll just go ahead and type it out. Okay. I'll go ahead and let the Golem side know that we are ready. All right, and let's go ahead and go to the door over here. No. All right. Zero, Reikagist, if you could please open the door, and then go ahead and pop the traps in the middle hallway. And then our room tanks, please just don't forget to when you get to the room, before going inside the room, pop your invuln and just sprint across in a straight line.
Do things here have touch aggro? Wormwind in Party C was asking.
Clear comms. The run's happening now.
Okay, go. There's a sanguine clot in the room already. Go ahead and take that DPS and beat it down. Go to your corners. Sanguine
Oh, where's
clot
the
is dropped.
southeast room DPS?
Southeast room DPS.
I'm by myself down here, so.
Okay, if you are in the southeast room under Charlie marker, DPS, please go in the southeast room right now. Sanguine clots have dropped. DPS, please grab them.
Southeast
Sanguine
room, be
clots have
advised.
dropped.
There's a viscous clot right here. Just bring that to your pad, yeah. We've got an extra DPS in southeast room. Someone's out of place.
Okay. Okay, looks like I think they went back.
Well, now we're missing one.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sanguine clots have dropped. Please grab them. Okay, if there's a room with one DPS too many, please go in there.
Okay, we're good, we're good, we're good.
Okay, watch out for that viscous clot that's fused with one. Northeast 4+1, southwest 4+1. So waiting on northwest and southeast. Please make sure to be healing your tanks as well. Okay, northeast 4+1. All right, looks like we are good. So please go ahead and provoke. Make sure to get that small viscous clot in the center of the hitbox of the big viscous clot. This looks good on the northwest side.
Rupture.
Like rupture is going. Okay. All right, rupture. All right, let's go. We're going to go all the way to the northeast corner, out the north hallway, or north door, excuse me. Going all the way to this pad here. Healers, if you notice any of your party dragging behind, please use rescue on them. Get them back over here quickly. Very good. Before anyone steps off, please note if there are any deaths or disconnects in your party. Alpha clear, Charlie clear, Bravo clear. All right, wonderful job, Slimers. Let's go up. Everyone, please make sure to grab those personal spoils. Those are for you and you alone. No one else can grab those for you. Alrighty, thank you. And now with the 30 Waymark Gaming, time to yeah, time to save some of these slots just one at a time.
Hello. How are you?
I am very well. How are you doing? Congratulations on the Golem clear.
That was fun.
Holy shit, I know. We're just giving you a bunch of surprises today, Jojo.
All right. What marker would you like me to have over my head?
I'm going to give you a target to ignore.
Okay.
There we go. So Luna Midori has volunteered to be our main tank for the night. Alright, so Trinity Seeker Savage. As far as tank roles go, it's mostly just going to be main tank. Fairly early in the fight, there'll be a shared tank buster, and then after that, will be a solo buster. But otherwise, that's not a whole lot for other tanks to do, other than just turn their tank stance off right now, please. That's your biggest role right now. If you're not Luna Midori, please turn your tank stance off. Okay, and then healers. For this fight, and actually for all the Enrage fights, you will be the one using LB. LB3 is for the healers in this raid. No DPS should ever use LB in this raid at all. It's a damage loss, bad idea all around. Please do not do that. And then also, if a party has both of their healers dead, please mark them and let us know in Yell Chat or Shout Chat. I guess either one's fine. So then we can try and get them up in time for said LB3. DPS and actually pretty much everybody, these fights are designed with the expectation that you will be using lost actions. So please use your lost actions during these fights. It is expected that you will use these lost actions that increase the amount of damage you do. So pump out that damage, kick the shit out of this guy, please. And that's in short, just do that. All right, as far as boss mechanics does, Trinity Seeker Savage has a few new Savage techniques, and a lot of what Trinity Seeker does is normal mode mechanics, but faster and or like 2 at a time. So the main one is, of course, the Fourfold Mercy, where the Trinity Seeker's swords will glow one after another, and then they'll be striking in like a quadrant in the order that the swords glow. I will be calling those out by boss relative of the boss. So if the swords glowed on the right side twice, then I would say left, right. So we would start at the left side of the boss for 2 swings, cross over to the right for 2 more swings. Or if it's like a little bit more complicated, then I'll say crossover pattern, right, left, left, right. So you'd start at the right for 1 slash, cross over for 2, and then cross back over for the 4th slash. And you don't have to do like a big, when I say crossover, you don't have to run real far. It's just little, just run just a little bit, especially if you start fairly close to the center of his hitbox. So I'll be calling those out. And then also does the, if you remember from normal mode, has those iron splitters where, like, if you look at the ground, how it's either like blue stone, brick, or sand in like ring shapes. And so I'll be calling out where to stand on those. And then also has the Seasons of Mercy, where you look away from the orb and get away from the flower. I'll be calling those out. The Savage version does that a lot more often than the normal version. Like, usually in normal, you just see it like once. Usually, if even that. The newer mechanics, Trinity Seeker has clones that will pop up. That'll pop down. The first thing we'll see them do are these like Ifrit-like dashes. And so I'll either call out where to go, or I'll just, actually I'm going to mark myself real quick with a triangle, because a good chance I could just say follow the triangle, or just follow me, or something like that. Follow me, follow the triangle. That's means the same thing. Yes, please wiggle check. Do not get AFK kicked. I do not want to lose a single one of you. Not one. Please stay here. Jump. Please jump. Jump, jump. And then the other mechanic that the clones will do is they will do like an off-center fourfold mercy. And I'll be calling those from boss relative of the clone. So I could be like, left, right, right, left of the clone. Oh, is melding really a safeguard for getting kicked? That's kind of funny. Okay, I think that's about it. So I want to go ahead and run our ready checks, please. Alpha ready, Foxtrot ready, Bravo ready, Echo ready, Delta ready. Let's see, we're waiting on Charlie. Satanta, yes, you are second render, so you just wait until the first Lost Rend Armor debuff expires, and then you use yours. Alrighty, just waiting on one from Charlie. That is okay. And then before I do the countdown, I'll call for food check, but no need to really do that here. Yep, keep on moving, please. Move, move, move. I like to move it. Whatever you need to do to keep moving and stay here, please do that.
Charlie's ready.
Okay, thank you very much. All right, so go ahead. If you are ready, if you could please cross the purple line to let me know that you're ready. All right, everyone's here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, go ahead and take your food. Do your food check. No, we don't really need shell. At least I don't think we do. Also, don't want to buff cap anybody, so I try to hold off on a lot of those. So I'm going to go ahead and throw a countdown right now. And then let's go ahead and pop food. Remember to please use your lost actions. HP is a crutch. Okay, go ahead, pop Cure 4, pop Dervish, and let's go. First off, we're going to start with a raid wide, please. Okay, then a clone's going to drop down, but don't worry about them. They're going to leave early. They're probably embarrassed, drop down too soon. And after that, we're going to get our first fourfolds of the night. Okay, let's see. Oh, easy. We got front, front, back, back. Stay at the front of the boss for the first 2 swings, then please cross over to the back. Okay, first, now cross over. Then look away from the orb and step away from the flower, please. Look away from the orb and step away from the flower. Alright, we're going to be pushing the boss a little bit, so we want to get into the boss's hitbox right now. Go to the boss's hitbox, run into the boss's hitbox if you need to. Go inside the boss's hitbox. Alright, if we get our tanks to please go up with our main tank. Tanks up front, please. Now, Solo Buster, please go back. Leave Luna Midori all by themselves. No one else should be up there. And then after this, we stay stacked for chains. Chains will be coming next. We'll be getting knocked into a barrier. Break your chains and get knocked into a barrier, please. The Ifrit dashes, so if you could please make your way to the center. Alright, we're going to be starting near the 4. And then we'll be getting knocked into a barrier. We're just going to go up to the 1 here. Just go up to the 1. We're getting knocked into a barrier. Be in front of a barrier. Get knocked into a barrier. Very good. Okay, we're going to stay stacked up on 1, please. Go to the 1 marker, please. Stay stacked at the 1 marker. And we're going to stay stacked here because we're going to bait orange lines. So please stay stacked in this area. Okay, dodge the orange. We're going to be on sand. Be on yellow sand. Be on sand. Okay, next up, we're going to have Earth Shakers. If you have an Earth Shaker, please take the Earth Shakers away from your party. And we're on stone. On blue stone, blue stone, blue stone. Earth Shakers away from the party, please. Okay, Earth Shakers away from the party, and we are on sand. On sand. Earth Shakers away from the party, please. Dodge the orange. It's coming up next. Thank you for that positioning. We'll be doing Intercardinal of the Boss. Go Intercardinal of the Boss right now. Intercardinal of the Boss. Next up, we're going to have dashes again with 4-folds. Okay, we're going to be going to the 3, please. Alrighty, and we are going to do... Oh, another front, front, back, back. The game is being very nice to us today. Just go up front of the boss for 2 swings, then cross over to the back. And cross over. And look away from the orb and get away from the flower, please. And stack for chains. And then move away from the party, from your chain partner, and break the chains. Break away. I believe a tank buster is coming soon. Yep, there it is. Please stay away from Luna Midori. And now we will get Iron Splitters plus 4-folds. Okay, crossover pattern. will be front, back, back, front, starting on stone, please. After 1 hit, cross over to the front. 2. 2 swings, then cross over after 3rd slash. And will it be ending on sand? Be on sand, be on sand. Then, one at random, stay on sand. Season of Mercy coming, so get ready to look away from the orb and get away from flower. And wait for grid, then Dawsey Orange. All right, we're going to stop DPS at about 4% so we can build up our LB gauge. So we can get our friends up here. Okay, go in the hitbox. Go in the boss's hitbox. Please go in the boss's hitbox. In the boss's hitbox, please. Go in the boss's hitbox. Thank you. All right, let's go ahead and hold off on DPS and just kind of wait this next mechanic out. It's going to be clone's going to be off center for a 4-fold mercy. And let's see where they show up. It's going to be, we're going to get knocked into a barrier, and we're going to be at the 1 marker. It looks like it's just going to be back, back, front, front of the clone. So wait for 2 swings, and then cross over to the front. And then we're going to get chains next. Stack together for chains, stack for chains, stack for chains. Now break the chains. Once your chains are broken, then please use LB3. Very good. Okay, looks like we got our people. People are coming up. And all right, let's just go ahead and kill the boss. All right, no one advance forward except for our duelist. There are traps. Do not advance forward. There are traps. Okay, and looks like, oh, yep, Jojo is doing the proper res protocol. So because Lost Arise is a limited supply, and because Deliver Regenerate Savage only has a res restriction, what we want is for healers to stand over the body, then slot their Lost Arise, and then use their Lost Arise charges. This way we can maintain our resources, so we don't burn through all of our Arises. So when one healer goes through their Lost Arise plate, then they will step off the body, and then another healer will give it a shot. Oh yes, thank you.
Sorry to everybody who I trolled inadvertently on the first Line or Blind Flower Seasons of Mercy. I got snapshotted looking at the orb.
Oh?
Oopsies!
That's
Sorry
okay.
about that. I killed a couple people.
Well, yeah, that happens. Okay, looks like Quit Trying is already
Repop
gonna go.
Eraser as well, if you died.
Yes, please pop. Yeah, if you have died and do not have your Re-Eraser popped, please do so. All right, looks like we've already got our RP text. Our duelist is already in their encounter. So,
Solo tank, do not provoke off of me during ads. Thank you.
oh yeah, we usually don't do that here. Actually, I know some of the other discards do that, where like a whole bunch of people will provoke Yahoo to.
Let me use
And that's like a thing, but I don't think we do that here. Okay, so Dahu is largely similar to normal. So, with a few exceptions, one being the spit flame mechanic, which when that comes out, you'll see like a number over your head, and if you have that number, stop whatever DPS you're doing and run and just get immediately to the matching number. So 1's to the 1. If you have a 2, you go to 2. If you have 3, you go to 3. And if you have 4, you go to 4. These markers are pretty much like a rough estimate. And before I say anything else, I'm going to be saving this marker right now. 2 out of 30, get it? And then basically these markers are an estimate. And so there's going to be a lion kind of in this area. Instead of just standing on the marker like this, we want you to basically stand like within that lion. Just go right up to the lion. In the lion's face, just right there. It is, yeah, it is D for Dahu. I assume that's why people do that. I've never really got why the D is there. Dahu? Oh, hell no. Dahu, man. Everyone knows who Dahu is.
You want to know where that who made these markers?
Go for it. Who made it?
Me. It originally
Oh, really?
said dab, and I saved them as I was deleting the dab part, and the D got caught.
Oh, nice.
So now
All right,
people have
get
copied my
some.
markers.
We're getting some Waymark lore today. So basically, yeah, if you see a lion here, you just hug the lion, and then Dahu's gonna spit flame at the lion. Then it'll kill that lion, which will then create a safe spot for us. So when Dahu does that feral howl knockback that remember from normal mode, this is how we create the safe spots for it. The second spit flame will have little extra mechanics. Oh, very nice. Our duelist has already won. Very cool. And so on the second spit flame, it'll be the same concept. If you have a 1, you go to the 1. You have a 2, you go to 2. You have a 3, you go to 3. If you have a 4, you go to 4. And so... Oh, yeah. So basically on the second one, you go 1 to 1, 2 to 2, 3 to 3, 4 to 4. And on the second one, it's a lot more imperative that we get the markers correct, because then 2 tanks will have a flare marker on them, and we want the 2 flare marker tanks to go south while everybody else goes north. And then in between that, there's going to be an ad phase. Not too worried about that. Basically, we just heal Luna, beat up the ads.
Don't heal Luna. Don't heal
You don't
Luna.
want healing?
Don't heal Luna. I want to use my raw intuition, my living dead. Don't heal Luna. I want to die.
Okay, have fun with that. Anyway, yeah, I know, right? I'm good. And then, basically, then there's also just a reminder about. Just a reminder about the shockwave, where Dahu will have it'll be hitting one side and then just immediately switch the other side, so you just dodge into it. And we are not going to bother wasting lost actions here unless you really, really want to. I mean, I can't stop you. Not an enrage fight, so we don't really need to, go through all of our strongest lost actions. Especially since most of our better lost actions have a limited supply, so we want to save those for the actual enrage fights. Okay, since our duelist is done, I am going to give us a countdown. 6 seconds, then we make it happen. Alright, let's go. Dahu's going to start with puddles on the ground. Just avoid the orange, please. Okay, another set of orange. More puddles. Then Dahu's going to be dashing. So stay away from the front of Dahu. They just turned around. They're going to dash from there. Stay away from their front. They're going to be dashing again. Be dashing the other side. Stay away from their front. And then they're going to do a conal. Dodge the conal, please. Alright, lions are out. They're just going to jump around. Okay, and spit flames coming out. If you have a number over your head, please go to the matching number, please. Okay, looks like you got a couple of safe spots. Dodge into the shockwave. Okay. Safe spot in the southwest here. Alright, we are now entering the ad phase. Oh, I'm sorry. No, we're not. We're going to do 5 fire breathes. The second spot will be safe for casters and just kind of safe for all of us to chill if you want. Just right here. Okay, now we do add phase. Yep, just go ahead and spin that around, please. And go ahead and AoE down the ads, please. Okay, using Living Dead. I see what you're doing there. All right, after they're dead, repeat of mechanics.
Please don't heal Luna.
Gonna go puddles, then spit. Oh, it's puddles, then shockwave, then spit flame. And dodge into the orange, or get away. And then spit flame is coming after this. Please get to the right number. Yeah, stop what you're doing. Get to the right number, please. Tanks with flare markers go south. Everyone else will be going north. Tanks with flare markers south. Everyone else go north. Tank markers south. All right, we're gonna get another round of the fire breathes. Once again, second spot will be safe. Okay, that's 1, 2. Safe spot right over here where the second one cast, and let's just beat Dahu up. All right, very good. Looks like there's 1 dead. Please be sure to stand over the body for res, just so everyone else knows that you're doing it. Very good, thank you.
Because I am on a healer class, I am unable to tank this fight.
Oh yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna assign some other.
Yeah, I was gonna say because if I cast my heal to heal my party, I'm pulling both bosses directly to me. So
Yeah, already know I'm gonna get some other main tanks. Yes, Dahu is clear. Our res has been resolved, and we are all making our way to the Queen Guard arena.
the amount of new players that just had a heart attack.
They really don't answer based on proximity.
Oh, here, look.
Oh, the Queen Guard. Yeah, they just. That's also in normal mode. You can just go right by them and dance or whatever. Just don't attack them or just don't mess with them though.
Don't Umbral Soul near them. You will pull.
I've only ever seen Barry just charge into him.
Yeah, don't. Please don't be like Barry in that one.
Nah, don't worry, I won't.
I've given him enough shit for that to cover like everybody. So.
Yeah.
All right. So welcome to Queen's Guard. So if we could have tanks come up front, please.
Hmm.
Alrighty, so here we're going to cover tank roles first. So the 1 and 2 numbers will be our main tanks for today. For 1, west side bosses, which will be the knight, and the soldier will be Araneth Yaskaret. And the east side, which will be the warrior and gunner, will be Jamalan Galamod. And so you guys will also be main tanking the turrets as well, if you could please. And then our chain tanks will be the north Aurasphere tanks. So Reikigust will do the first Aurasphere, and Maximus Tigris will take the second Aurasphere on the north. And then Saber Gente will do the first south Aurasphere, and Greater Stone will take the second south Aurasphere. Alright, and healers. This is the part where we're going to slot in our Spellforge or Steel Sting. No need to use it now, though. You can hold off on using it, though. So on first main phase of this fight, where we're fighting... excuse me. Goodness. Oh yeah, I'm not sure if Araneth is in voice, but we talked about it already. So they're good. I lost my train of thought. Oh, yeah, so healers will be doing Spellforge and Steel Sting. So when we're facing the Knight and the Warrior, they're going to have like they're either going to show like a yellow or a purple tether, and we basically have to be inflicting the damage property of the other color. So yellow would be like physical damage. So if they have so if they're showing purple, that means we use yellow Lost Steel Sting, because that means they are magic immune, so we want to hit them with physical. And vice versa. If they are showing a yellow, then they are immune to physical, and then we want to use Spellforge and hit them with magic. So and then also for healers, we want to use if we get healers in Yell Chat to please call out Reflex and Reflect A through F. And then if we could also have 2 Dispellers as well. And you'll notice in Raid Text Chat, there's a picture of the Reflect positions. Alright, we got an Alpha Reflect, thank you. Okay, Bravo Reflect, thank you. B Reflect, very good. And we need a Charlie, Echo, and Foxtrot. Okay, got Foxtrot, thank you. And if we could get Delta and Echo for Reflect positions, please. Yes. Charlie and... Is Charlie and Delta? No, Delta's there. It's Charlie and Echo. Excuse me. Okay, Genly, you can do Charlie, and if we could get an Echo Reflect as well, please. Okay, thank you. And if we could now get 2 Dispellers. See, I think you're already reflecting. Let's see. I guess we don't really have 12 healers, though, so I think I just want to make sure. I mean, technically you can, but I'd rather just have, one person with one role, so... I mean, we have enough we should have enough people where we won't have double redundancy. I don't think we need any, super
If it
multi-role
gets
heroes.
cursed, I can slot it in, but that's very risky for my party because they lose Steel Sting or Spellforge.
Nope, don't worry about it.
But I did
Okay.
bring a backup one just in case it gets cursed.
Now we should be okay. Actually, I'll go ahead and be the second speller. All right. And so for Dispel, basically the warrior is going to be casting Boost, and it'll give them a attack boost buff, and we want to dispel that before they complete their raid wide, or it's going to hurt. Okay, and then for reflect positions, if you just take a look at the image in raid text chat, is there anyone new to reflect positions and have any questions? I think you're not new, but I think are you new to healing though? And I know you've been here before. Okay, so you are Alpha Reflect. So if you look on the picture, you'll see an A/1, which is in like the northwest position. It'd be the first, to the left of the north aura sphere would be A/1. That'd be the first spiritual sphere. You'll reflect. Then after you reflect that one, you'll then go directly southwest to the other spiritual sphere to the southwest. Oh, and Genly, let's see, which one are you doing again? You are Charlie? Yes, you are Charlie. So you're kind of the opposite of where TC is at. So you'll be starting at the C3 picture here. So that would be the northeast, and then that would be the spiritual sphere to the east of the north aura sphere, and then you would just go down southeast to the second one, reflecting it. Well, let's hold off on the food until we do the countdown. Unless you just got a ton of food and you don't mind burning through it, but I would hold off. Mine's got 2 minutes, but yeah, I'm not gonna do it just yet. It's okay. Okay, and then also for anyone who has a role, if you're down, don't just say like I am down. As much as I wish I could know all of your roles off the top of my head, everyone move it. Yep, wiggle check, jump around. It would break my heart if any of you left, so don't do that to me. Zalala, I'm small, so don't do that. So yeah, just keep moving, and don't make the little Lala cry. So basically, just say like, so if you're I'm just gonna say like if you're D-reflect and you go down, you say like D-reflect down. So then we know like what role needs to be replaced. And then okay, and then that's about it for healers specifically. So for DPS and basically all of us, on the phases where we're fighting 2 at once, we want to make sure to kill the bosses basically at the same time, because when one dies, then the other will immediately begin casting an enrage. So make sure to kind of keep an eye on their health and make sure it's about even as much as we can. Because if one dies too early, then we are screwed. You guys can actually, you know what? Let's just do Rend 1 west, Rend 2 east. And actually, you can go ahead and Rend at the beginning, because Lost Rend Armor is an AoE, so might as well just do that also. Yep, that sounds good. And then just for boss mechanics themselves, the fight is going to start with us basically beating up all 4 of them. We'll fight all 4 at once, kind of like in normal mode. But since we have a living duelist, we want to make sure that the tanks kind of start out all tank stance and just kind of keep aggro so they don't team up on the duelist and gang beat them down, because that would be very unfortunate. So we want to just keep threat, and then right at the start of the fight, go ahead and use your lost actions. Don't wait until they jump away. And then after that, with the warrior and knight, we will get the bomb mechanics similar to normal mode, but Savage adds another tether, so we, the characters, can also get weighted down, just like how it will weigh the bombs down. And so if we get a tether, that means that we will fall down first, and so then you'll have to move to an area that just exploded. So like the phrase we tend to use here is double or nothing, go big. So if there's if no tethers, you're not tethered, bombs aren't tethered, you go to big, and if both you and bombs are tethered, you go to small. Or I mean, you go to big, excuse me. Goodness. And then if just one is tethered, either bombs are tethered or just you are tethered, then you go to small. And I'll call that out. And the knight at the same time will be doing either Sword Omen or Shield Omen. With Sword Omen, we'll be at the edge of the arena, and with Shield Omen, will be a knockback from the center, but we want to be kind of on the direction that the knight is charging from. And I'll be calling that out as well. And then after that is another weighted tether, where if you have a tether, you'll go to like a swirly wind effect, and then if you're not tethered, you go to like a sparkly lightning, kind of static lightning. And then it's also like green. The wind effect is kind of green, and the static sparkly lightning is purple, but just for colorblind folks, the wind is swirly wind, sparkly lightning. And then after that, the knight has like it's kind of looks like there's French fries on 3 quarters, and then we basically go to the quarter without the fry, and it's either, if it's Shield Omen, we stay very close, and if it's Sword Omen, we go pretty far out. And then for the soldier and gunner phase, with the Mustadio mechanic comes back. Remember that from Orbone Monastery, where you have like show the open side to the shot. And so on that, I'll call off the safe spot. Then you'll show the open side to the center, and then there will be turrets lined on the east and west walls, and then you'll position your open side towards the turrets. Everyone please move. Yeah. Don't get wiggle checked. Don't get wiggle check AFK'd. Yeah, that's the show your open side mechanic there. And then during that phase, that'll also be where the turrets come out, and our main tanks will invuln the sniper shot from those, and then we'll be killing those. Top priority. And then that'll be followed up by either Pyretic or Freeze from, remember the Castrum, where Pyretic you stop, and then Freeze you move around. We'll get that again. And then for the last phase, we want to kill the Aura Spheres before taking out the wards. And similar to normal, the wards will have those like coat of arms, directional parry, so you're going to watch the shields. Don't hit the shields. And then for the Aura Spheres, basically we want to kill them, and then they will have an orange marker that goes over whoever has the highest threat, which is what our chain tanks and target to ignore tanks will be doing, and then they will invuln the spite check. So because otherwise it'll just one-shot you, and if we don't kill if we don't kill the Aura Spheres fast enough, then they will just start one-shotting just at random. Okay, I think that's about it. Are there any questions? I must go ahead and run ready checks as well, please. And if you are not ready, please hit no and ask your question. Questions are good. Alpha ready. Foxtrot ready. Bravo ready. Thank you. Echo ready. Oh, yes. Thank you for markers. Oh, save that shit. There we go. Thank you, thank you. Okay, and there's Echo and Delta. All right, looks like we are... Oh, actually, is Charlie ready? I can't remember now. Charlie's waiting on 1. Okay. I'm just going to be waiting on 1.
C is ready.
Okay, awesome. If you're ready, please cross the purple line. All right, tanks, go ahead and turn your stances on, please. And we'll just have hands go ahead and pop food, and then I'm going to start a countdown. A little longer than 6 seconds this time, though. So, all right, now apply your Spell Forge and Steel Sting, please. Steel Sting to casters and Spell Forge to physical damage. Okay. All right, and go ahead and use your lost actions, please. Blade wide. All right, just keep hitting them down. Oh, okay. All tank stance except Jamalon and Aranith should be off. Very good. Very good position by Jamalon, getting the warrior to the east side. All right, click off yellow, apply purple, please. We are in Spellforge. All right, bomb mechanic coming up. So we are in Sword Omen. Bombs are not tethered. Tethers to small, non-tethers to big. Oh no, I'm sorry. Well, I guess that is still technically true. Okay. Sword Omen to the edge of the arena. Make sure you're away from the knight, from the front of the knight. Remember, tethers to small, non-tethers to big. If you fall first, run to an area that exploded. If you fall first, run to an area that exploded. Okay. Knight's HP is going to be high. Warrior is casting boost. Get that shit off of there. There we go. Raid wide. Next mechanic will be tethers to wind, to swirly wind, and non-tethers to sparkly lightning. Please remember to use your lost actions. If you are tethered, go to swirly wind, non-tethers to sparkly lightning. Tethers to swirly wind, non-tethers to sparkly lightning. Tethers to swirly wind, non-tethers to sparkly lightning. Sword Omen. So we'll be going up to the boss, and we'll be going down to the Charlie marker, please. Far away. And then Warrior is casting boost. Let's get that off of them. There we go, raid wide. Okay, doing pretty good on this damage here. Warrior's a little higher. Tank Buster. Okay, let's kill the warrior first. We are still in Spellforge, although that's okay. Kill the knight, and we no longer need Spellforge or Steel Sting at this point. If you are down, please say what your role is. I believe Sea Reflect is down, I think. Good placement by Aranith. And let's get the gunner to the center when we can. I know sometimes they're stationary for a little bit. We'll be getting Mustadia Mechanic first.
I'll
Small
cover Charlie.
fireballs. Okay, thank you. Small fireballs will cover, or will show our safe spot, excuse me. Okay, safe spot is at the alpha marker to the north. Okay, show your open side to the center. And then after the fire, show your open side to a turret on the wall. All right, back in the fight. Tank Buster. Okay, F reflect down. Raid wide coming.
I can get breath.
Thank you. Turrets are coming out. Main tanks, please aggro turrets and keep aggro on turrets. Everyone else, kill the turrets as quickly as possible. About halfway on the sniper shot, use Invuln. Go ahead and Invuln now. You haven't. Okay, very good. Let's kill the other turret. Raid wide coming. Alright, next up will be either Pyretic or Freeze. Okay, Freeze, move around, move, move, move. Keep moving, keep moving. Move like you're about to get AFK kicked. Keep going, keep going. Okay, back in the fight. Next up will be Jumpy Boys, and they'll do 2 jumpy jumps to the safe spot if we see this. I don't think we will. Okay, go ahead, kill the gunner. Very good. Alright, reflectors to your positions. Aurasphere Tank 1, go north and south, and let's please kill the Auraspheres immediately. Okay, let's be down. Inspect the shields. Okay, Auraspheres are coming back. Kill the Auraspheres, reflectors reflect. Tanks Invuln. Okay, I don't think we'll have time for LB3. But let's just kill them. Okay, there's a couple dead here. But that's okay. Good job, everyone. Alright. Let's go ahead and let's get our dead up. And if, for those going on Phantom, please do not aggro the boss. Yes, give a big thank you to our duelists Quit Trying for their successful encounter, and the fact that all of us has got a extra hand gear plating. So take that hand token and give them a high five. You got your 10 hand tokens. Very nice. Okay, looks like we're just waiting on one more. Yeah, if you want to main tank again, that's fine. So we've got our... Oh, hey, you were back up. All right, I was about to mention that you're doing really great at dodging those. Like the one time you don't want to dodge. All right, let's just make our way to Phantom. All right, so if there are any gamblers in the raid, we're going to go to either 1 or 4. Your host will be going to 4, because I always go to 4. You can go wherever you want. And let's see, I think we had a banish. Let me just look up my plans here. Goodness, who was that? That was me, because Phantom is stinky. True facts. Let's see, though. Did I bring it? Let's see, I have a Rise, Reflect, Shell, Lost something, Lost Dispel. Oh, holy crap, Lost Banish 3. How'd that get in there? I guess I might as well use it. Congratulations, you were in a raid where I did bring Banish. Not gonna see that every day. Alright, so if we got all of our gamblers over here. Phantom is also not an enrage fight. But if you got some lost actions, you know you're gonna replace on the next boss, might as well burn through them. Let's just kill this guy. Yeah, that's about it. Alright. So now you want to go ahead and just pull whenever you want. You got I think all the other markers are down, so.
I think Luna's not in call, so you'll have to tell them in text.
Oh, yes, thank you for that reminder. Alright, there we go. Raid wide? Alright, let's see which side is correct today. Oh, 4. Very nice. Thank you, game. So we're going to get the donut race similar to normal, but it's going to be faster. So please be aware of that, and please be ready. When the purple is the main snapshot, not when the orange goes away, so please be aware of that, so you're not... Then do not run into the death wall. Do not run into the death wall, please. All right, I'm going to wait for one more. Now we go over to the Charlie marker. Just wait for this Exo Flares to end while beating this boss down. All right, we are just going to stay over here in Charlie for a little bit. We're going to wait for 3 column flashes to the right. So that's 1, 2, and 3. We're going back over to Delta, please. 1, 2, and 3. Now we go back over to Charlie, please. And let's just continue beating this boss down for a while. And we're going to see some ads. The Misty Rays will be, you can only hit them with healing. And the Bloody Rays are DPS. Benediction will one-shot the Misty Rays. So this is a White Mage's time to shine here. Okay, please make sure not to just stand idle by. Don't want any bystander effect going on here. So make sure you're either taking down the ads with DPS and then now interrupt the boss, please. All right, and then now we're just gonna beat them down right now. They just take a while. Yeah, they're just gonna dance. Just do some autos. Very nice. Now let's just go ahead and let's just kill this thing. Okay, there's 1 dead. And please do not go ahead. There are traps ahead. Sweep 2 is going to be percepting those traps. So please do not go ahead of Sweep 2. And also, please be aware that traps are typically the last thing that load in the instance. So when you go down the stairs, please just hold on a moment and wait for all the traps to be loaded on your screen before crossing them. Because we do not want to hit the pink traps. Please do not hit the pink traps. I know they look like a cute bacon angel and inviting and all that, but please avoid them. Okay, traps have been percepted. Thank you. Alrighty, and welcome to Trinity Avowed, which is, for a lot of people, the hardest fight in this whole thing. I still think the Slimies have a higher kill count, but we can debate that another day. Trinity Avowed has a lot of personal responsibility. This is not a fight where, unfortunately, I cannot do callouts for every person in order for them all to resolve their temperatures. But similar idea though as normal, where you want to resolve, where they'll hit you with like a hot or cold, and then you want to resolve your temperature back to normal. And yes, I see shells getting passed out. We do in fact want Lost Shell 2 for this fight. Although I mean Lost Shell 1 is fine too, honestly. It's not that big of a deal. But yeah, we do want some shell, because TA's raid wides Glory of Boja, they hit hard and they have a potent bleed debuff that also hurts. So that's why the shell's getting passed around. And also, tanks. This is the time for our Ether Shield tanks to slot in Ether Shield. Because of those raid wides, we want to also use Ether Shield to add extra shielding, because again, they hurt. And if the main Ether Shield tank goes down, then please slot in Ether Shield and then cover, or provide cover from that point forward. Okay, I see some people, they got it. All right, cool. And so for TA specifically, there are... Oh, I just realized I forgot to save Phantom markers. Sadness. That's okay. I'll do that another day. All right, so now I have TA markers. Anyway, so the big mechanic for TA is the sword mechanic, which is, instead of like normal mode where TA just kind of flashes, holds a sword, one side, and then it just kind of flashes, like hits like half the area. In this, there'll be like 4 clones, all striking at different areas, and then there's one safe spot, and I will be calling out that safe spot. And so what we want to do there is you notice what you need to resolve your temperature. So if you need to get hit by like 1 hot, and then I'll be calling out one of those 4 numbers in the center, 1, 2, 3, or 4. And then if I say like, safe spot is 4, safe spot is 4. Your answer is in a cardinal direction of 4. Diagonal is not correct. That basically means that the safe spot is 4, so from 4, your answer will be either north, east, south, or west of 4 by just 1 square. And so in this case, you want to see which of the clone has the cold 1 you need to resolve it. So then you want to go the direction that sword is pointing from your safe spot. So if the cold 1 is pointing to the north, well then you would go north 1 square from 4 to the 1. And that would be your safe spot. And then I'll be calling those out. Like, I'm going to keep it real with you. TA is hard. If you haven't done this, like, you're going to die. Like, you're very, very good chance you're going to die. There's no shame in that. Everyone dies to TA. It's like anyone who says they're not is definitely either a liar or they just haven't been here, or yeah, it's just everyone dies to TA at some point, especially during their first time. What? No, that's not true. I will still be your friend. Mahi is telling jokes. Mahi's a jokester today. Okay, he's a liar. Okay, well, at least you admit it. Yes, TA is a hard boss. Another mechanic for TA is the force march. There will be a couple of sections where we need to point our force march in the proper direction to stay alive. So the phase 1 for bow and phase 1 for staff will both have a force march as well. So for one of staff, we'll go to the center because the meteors will fall similar to normal. Unlike in normal, where we just kind of walk over to where we need to go, this time we have to position ourselves from the center and then position your force march. So you force march to where you need to go. So there's an extra level of kind of planning there. And typically what you want to do is make sure you just kind of stop DPS at that point. And then similar to the other force marches, which are with bow phase 1 and 2, bow phase 1 and flames from either the west or east, and then you want to force march to the opposite direction. So you'll either be force marching to Delta or Bravo. And then with bow phase 2, you'll get a force march with the ladder game, which is a bigger ladder game than normal with a lot more paths, and there's no telegraphs. So you can either follow with your eyes, or there's I'll see if actually I haven't looked at raid text chat yet. Oh yes, someone has posted that. Thank you very much. There's a picture also with left side higher or right side higher that you can also use to help you. I'll be calling that out as well. And then the other main mechanic is the elemental brand. Unlike in normal where you just get the temperature, on the second phase of this fight, you'll get your temperature and an elemental brand, which the elemental brand is basically like a second temperature hit against you. So if you have like, let's say, 1 hot and 2 cold, then you have to plan to get hit with that second cold. That's 2 cold. So what do you need to get hit with that second 2 cold to survive? Well, you need to make your hot 1 into hot 2. So then cold 2 will balance you out. And yeah, I'm not going to do too much more explanations in all honesty, because a lot of this, it's just, you kind of just have to experience it yourself. And then, yeah, so we covered swords. Yeah, force march. Okay, I think we're pretty good here. So make sure, does everyone have shell? If you do not have shell, please go to the back and our shell gamers will give you some shell. I got shell already, so I'm good. And TA is hard, so we definitely want to use our lost actions here, pump out that damage. And then the only other thing is, the sword mechanic is basically a downtime mechanic, so it could just like want to hold off on our burst for sword. But I think that's pretty much it. I'm not going to go too much into detail other than that. So let's go ahead and run our ready checks, please. And does anyone have any questions? Okay, Charlie ready, Alpha ready, Echo ready? Bravo ready, and Delta ready, and then I think we're just waiting on Foxtrot. All right, Foxtrot ready. Thank you very much. And if we could all please cross the purple line, but don't go too far out because TA has a pretty big aggro radius, so we don't want to trigger that by mistake. All right, everyone's here. Very good. Just make sure no one's in the back. Like I know. Oh yeah, I guess Elu's not here, so don't have to worry about that. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start a countdown. Yep, he has raid, so apparently that's cooler than my run. All right, so 30 is going to start a 30-second countdown right now. Go ahead and pop food. Please, 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 please use your lost actions on this fight. All right, at 2 seconds, go ahead and pop Cure 4 and Dervish, please. Thank you, and let's go. Tanks, go ahead and just go up front because you're going to be a shared tank buster. Raid wide coming out. Ether shield. Okay, front of the boss. Go to the front of the boss. Front of the boss, please. Front of the boss. Okay, behind the boss. Go behind the boss. Go behind the boss. Healers and casters can pre-position themselves further out. This next will be going out. Melee can go out when the boss stops spinning. Go out. Go away from the boss. Away from the boss. All right, we're going to be in Meteor staff phase. Meteors first. So if we could just please go ahead and stack on the 3. Note your quick march. Note your temperature. Note what you will need to do to resolve this. Okay. Healers, go ahead and heal up your party for solving your force march mechanics. Stop DPS. Okay, raid wide, ether shield. Okay, front of the boss with ignore 1 tank, stack with main tank. We'll be entering sword phase. About like 15, 20 seconds. The boss will go away, so hold off on your burst. I'll be calling out the safe spot. Okay, safe spot is 1. Safe spot is 1. Your answer is a cardinal direction of 1. Diagonal is not correct. Is 3. Safe spot is 3. Answer is a cardinal direction of 3 if you still need to get hit. Okay. Raid wide coming. Ether shield. Now go behind the boss, go behind the boss, go behind the boss. Quick march coming out. Tank buster, tanks up front, tanks up front. All right, we'll either be marching to either Delta or Bravo. You'll be marching to Delta. Position yourself to march to Delta. Okay, note what you need to do to resolve your temperature. This is a left side higher. Stop DPS and solve your mechanic. Raid wide, ether shield. thank you. Pulling the boss up to the center. Bring me entering Elemental Brand. Go out, go out. Alright, we'll go ahead and stack up on the center, please. Temperatures are out. Elemental Brands will be coming next. There will be no Force March this time, but we will be having to deal with Unseen Eye from the northeast. Healers heal up and go to your right spots. This will be left or right black tiles are safe. Left and right black tiles are safe. East and west black tiles are safe. Excuse me. Ether Shield. Fade wide, Ether Shield. Stay in front of the boss. Stay in front of the boss. Be entering swords. Boss will be disappearing soon. Note your elemental brand and temperature. You may need to get hit twice. Safe spot is 3. Safe spot is 3. Your answer is in a cardinal direction of 3. Safe spot is 4. Safe spot is 4. Answer is a cardinal direction of 4 if you still need to get hit. Okay, Ether Shield, raid wide. Yes, if you have LB3, please use it. I don't have it in my party, so I don't know when that is, but please use it before temperature goes out. Go behind the boss, go behind the boss. Alright, watch for Unseen Eye. Cardinal direction of the boss, left or right. Top sprint, wait till the orange goes away, and then march over to the Bravo marker, please. Temperatures are coming out. Note your temperature. Note your elemental brand, and note your quick march. This is the tough one. You may need to get hit by nothing. Okay, this is a right side higher. Stop DPS and solve your mechanic. Ether Shield, raid wide. Believe this is it. The Enrage coming up soon after. Oh, shared tank buster, tanks up front. You pump out that damage. Still, it's just pump it out, pump it out, pump it out. Keep going, keep going. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Enough of this mummery, enough of your mummery, because we are going to kill this boss. Very good. Okay, this is a mass res situation. If you are running out of time, please state your timer. Once again, please practice the res protocol. Stand over the body. Slot lost arise. Yeah, if you're almost out, we also have like 12 tanks, so if we have to bring out Lost Sacrifice, that is also an option. Okay, let's go ahead and get them up first. Okay, Mahia and Otherin are both... Oh, Otherin's up. Let's get Mahia up. Well, where are you? Over there. Okay, let's get this frog up here. Looks like a lot of deaths have been resolved. Are you on time? Okay, you're up, Mahia, I was going to say. Is there anybody else who's... Oh, okay, yeah, thank you, Jojo. We got a couple over here. Stop bringing Razor. Yeah, they're tricky. Yes, we may be in a spot where we are running low on a rise. Oh, I'm very low myself. I believe there's... two. Looks like we have two. No, one left. And everyone, if we could all make sure to just stay in the arena and not go forward to the queen just yet. I see you go into that portal. Come back here, please. We do not want to... Let's all stay in the arena. And for any new folk, all new people, please follow me. We're going to go back. Every new person, go back. And anyone else who wants to. Yeah, if there's anyone dead, please shout. So all new people, come back over here. Come back over here to the pink bacon angel trap. All right, I think that's everybody. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do a small countdown, and then we're just going to run into it. All right, let's go. And then now, we're going to just run straight ahead, and we will not be advancing to the queen, though. We're going to cross to the pad and just run straight ahead. And when mini, you'll notice that the Lalafels are in fact the biggest and strongest, just like it should be. I didn't say that. Do not go to the queen. Do not go to the queen. We are just going to go straight forward here. Do not go to the queen. No one go to the queen. Everybody come down these stairs. And do not advance past... Oh, actually, like Jamelin's our sweep 3, doing a great job sweeping those traps. Please go around those traps. Do not get hit by those traps. All right, let's all just kind of get out of the way of that trap. All right, yeah, Saber, if you just want to go ahead and pop that trap, please. Thank you. Alrighty, so now we are at the Stigmalock Lord. This is like the hidden boss that is not seen in normal mode. So we're going to start with tank assignments first. To get our tanks to come back here, please. Alright, I never know which waymarks we actually do, so I'm just gonna toss some around here. Just do... Let's say 1's going to be north, 2 is going to be west, 3 east, and 4 south. That sounds good. Yeah, some of these fights are hard, so yep, just have to keep going, and that's okay. You know, you're getting prog. Like I know there are new people here. I do not expect you to be perfect at these fights, and that's okay. All right, so if we could get 2 tanks on each one of these markers, please. All right, I'm just gonna go ahead and number you guys. Okay, those of you with a number will be the add tanks. And if you're on these markers and do not have a number, you will be trap sweeping. Oh yeah, you die less and less each time. I believe they have a word for that. It's called prog. So good job. Alrighty, so those of you with a number are going to be the add tanks. And so Stigmalock Lord himself isn't really all that strong. Like, honestly, like in a 1v1, I think Dahu might kick the shit out of him. But the dangerous part of Stigmalock Lord is when they hit 70%, and then they hide in a barrier, and they have ads come out. And the ad phase is where this fight gets very, very, very dangerous. And so at this point, there's going to be an ad from the north, east, west, and south. And so that's where our tanks here will be going. And so, oh, someone left. Well, actually, if somebody from the low man team wants to join them, but I'll just leave that up to you guys. I'm not gonna micromanage that too much, to be honest. So basically, the ads go from north, west, east, south, and so we got our tanks here. So when the Stigmalock Lord hits 70% and they jump in their little barrier, our tanks here will be going to the nooks that we can see in the way the ground is formed here, where it's like this is nook here, nook here. They'll be going on this spot, and just as an example for our south tank, which will be Aranith, will then provoke the ad with tank stance on, and then they'll be kiting. Kind of going along this way, going along clockwise. And then they'll be basically just kind of kiting the ad around, because during the ad phase, the ground kind of changes, or it's just this outer ring and this inner ring, which are safe for us to walk. The rest is like this purple, death area for us, and then it makes the Minotaur ads walk slowly. They get a heavy debuff. So then the ad tank will just kind of kite them around, and then while they're being kited, other DPS and stuff will take them down. During the the start of the ad phase, we'll get an entrapment where there'll be like yellow question marks on the ground, which will indicate that there will then be a trap on each quarter of the outer rings. And so then the sweeper tanks. So in this case, in our example, so it'd be Clover, would be going along the south here, just this south outer ring, and they would go all the way to the next nook. And then at this point, they would pop sprint, and then they would run across here. Or actually, no, they would go all the way to the they would go all the way here first. Actually, no, I don't know what I'm talking about. They would go to the west first. Then they'd pop
You
their
go
sprint,
90
and then they would
degrees
go-
around the circle, and
Yeah,
then
thank you. I keep trying to think of the degree angle. It's like, yeah, 90 degrees. Thank you. So yeah, they'll go start from their spot, go 90 degrees, and then at this nook here, then they'll hit their sprint and their invuln, go another 90 degrees, pop the trap, and then they are basically the backup ad tank. So like in the south case, if Aranith were to die, Clover would then provoke the tank, or provoke the ad, and then they would be kiting them. And then that's pretty much how this will go for all four sides here. And then, or all the tanks will simply be going clockwise the entire time. At no point do you want to backtrack, because the ads, their auto attacks will cause a ruin stack. And we're in the twice come ruin phase at this point, so 2 autos from the ad and you just die. So you want to keep going clockwise the entire time. And then there will be some lightning puddles that we want to avoid. And then, yeah, I'll definitely need to rearrange some of those. And then also be a rending bolt, where like the entire rings will have a bunch of... Oh, yeah, sure. Actually, you want to come along with me? So you're going to be starting over here. And then, so then Aranith is going to use Provoke. And you'll be following kind of behind them while they kite this ad along. We're going to go to this nook here. At this point, they'll be using Entrapment, so then you'll want to go here. Entrapment question marks will come down. When the Entrapment is gone, you'll be pop sprint and your invuln, and then you'll be going all the way over here. All the way to the north. And then right here. And then at this point, you are now the backup ad tank. So then if Aranith were to die, then you would take over. Alrighty? And that's not just for Clover and Aranith. Our other tank pairs will also be doing the same thing, but just from their sides. Alright, so now let's go ahead and cover healer positions. So in the inner ring, there will be a ball of fire and a ball of earth. And at this point, if we could please have 4 reflectors and 4 dispellers, yell and shout chat, and I'm going to be doing reflect as well. In a ring, what we want to do, reflectors, we will be reflecting the ball of flame. They do a mana flame ability, and we want to reflect that. And then the ball of earth, Want to use Dispel because it has a thick like stone skin on it, so I'm going to cleanse that shit off of there, and then you got to hit it one more time after. I think the safest option is just like to use your dot on it. I know some people like to do their auto, but if you want to stay at a distance, just hit it with a dot, or like if you're Sage, you could just do Dosis or Eucrasia Dosis or whatever. Basically, just cleanse the stone skin, and then just attack it. And then, oh man, I feel like I'm missing something. Is there something else in this raid? Goodness, I just can't remember. Tank stances on? Yeah, the tanks will want their stances on when we get to ad phase. That is something. Oh, yes, I see some pictures in raid text chat. Oh, do the healers run clockwise too? Actually, no, you don't need to worry about those. Basically, there's going to be some mechanics of concern, debuffs of concern, in fact. You'll have to get to the appropriate nook to deal with those, but you don't have, but Inner Ring doesn't have to worry about clockwise or counterclockwise. Seems some auditory learners. Well, that's good because I've been speaking this whole time. So, so the next part is that Rending Bolt where I'll just tell people to go into a nook, and then there's also 2 debuffs of concern. If you look in raid text chat, you can see some pictures here, and they have. The easiest way to tell is they have specific images. So there's a push, and there's a pull. So the push has like a smoke, and you're getting pushed, like you're pushing out smoke from a cigar or something. And then for the pull, there's like lines, and I've heard somewhere that apparently it's kind of like if the Minotaur is eating spaghetti. And so it's like the Minotaur is eating spaghetti. If you look at the lines, like it's pulling you in like spaghetti. Something like something like that. So that pull will push you, or well, that spaghetti will pull you. So if you're right here, you get the spaghetti, you're like, oh shit, what do I do? Oh, right, spaghetti. So then you go right here, and then pulls you up over here, and then all of a sudden you're safe. Then spaghetti just saved you from getting destroyed. And then the push will start here, and then it'll just push you back, and you'll end up here. Then you will live. There any questions?
On the diagram, do we have to go to the marker spots as they're displayed? Or do we go at the end of the arrow for the effect? So if you had Suck, would you have to stand, say, on the top right, you had Suck, would you have to stand on where the diagram is? Where does
You
it
had what?
pull?
I'm sorry.
If you have the suck, then you're going to go to the outer notch. If you have the push, you're going to go to the inner notch.
Oh yes.
Yeah,
I don't know
it
how
didn't
well
click.
you
It
can
was
see me
based
from
on.
here.
Yeah, I just realized it's based on the boss. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, the spaghetti looking one is just the back of the nook, and then the push is on the front of the nook.
Okay, I've got it now. Thank you.
Thank you for bringing that up. Does
No
anyone
problem.
else have any questions? All right, let's go ahead and run some ready checks. We want to stay calm. And Minnow can get a little crazy, because one thing we want to make sure is that the ads don't get too close, because then they tether, and then they're very, very, very fast. But we just, stay calm. Resolve your debuffs, go to your nooks when necessary, sweep traps, all that good stuff. All right, so we got an Alpha ready, Echo ready, Foxtrot ready, Charlie ready. Like we are waiting. Oh, Bravo's ready. I can see it. Like we're waiting on Delta. Yeah, looks like just waiting on Delta, right? Delta for now. One in the pooty. Okay, well, when you gotta go, you gotta go. All right, just please let us know when you guys are ready in Delta. Oh, and actually, I guess I need to, get the markers. Yes, very good, thank you. I am just completely, I'm like horrendous at doing minnow markers, just science.
So, be advised, these markers don't match what you have on the bridge. So just make sure
Oh,
that
I see. Yes, you are correct.
that's the what you want to have out here on the field.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch that out a bit.
You might want to move them in slightly too, so they're actually on the safe circle.
Okay, I'm just gonna fix these markers real quick, and then we will do some gaming. All right, let's make this happen. Go ahead and do a small little countdown here. Do 10 seconds. Everyone go ahead and cross the purple line as well. Let's hold off on big bursts. We don't want to use big bursts yet. We'll save that for the ad phase. Start with a tank buster. After this tank buster, after one auto, we will use our knockback immunity, Surecast Arm's Length. Now, and dodge the wax, please. They're easier to dodge when you're closer. And we will be running away from the boss right now. Go out, go out, go out. Tanks, go ahead and pre-position to your spots, and go ahead and turn your tank stances on as well, please. All right, go ahead and provoke your ads, and go ahead and kite them. Very good. Selectors and dispellers, do your thing. They're coming out. Get to your positions, please. And sweeper tanks, go ahead and sprint and invuln this time. Debuffs are out. Solve your debuffs. Go to your right positions. Solve your debuff. Solve your debuff now. Fateful Words is out. Go inside a nook. Go to a nook. Go to a nook. Go inside a nook. Ending bolts. Just go ahead and dodge the orange, please. Debuffs are coming out, but do not worry about those just yet. Devastating Bolt, get to a nook, get to a nook. Bolt. Fateful words, solve your debuff, solve your debuff, solve your debuff right now. Solve your debuff, solve your debuff. Okay, very good. Raid wide. Rapid bolts, take those to the edge of the arena, please. And they will hit multiple times, so go away from them when you can. Okay, go out, go out, go out, go out. Avoid the rapid bolt, go out. Okay, rapid bolts again. Take those out to the arena, edge of the arena, please. And then there's going to be another rapid bolt after that, so we'll do the same thing. Take those out to the edge, and everyone else stack in the center, please. We're trying to bait the AoE. Very good. Go away from the orange, please. And then pop sprint, because we're going to be going back to the center of the boss to dodge the wax. Dodge the wax, dodge those wax. Please dodge the wax. Tank Buster, get away from main tank, please. And then shortly after, we'll use our knockback immunity. Use it now. Alright, very good. Now do not advance forward, do not advance to the queen. We need to make sure we get as many people up as we can. I think it's like 9-10 minutes something. We're good on time. $42 minutes. Yeah, that'd be hilarious if it's actually that long. It just repeats. Yeah, it's either we kill a queen or instance out. Well, our duelist buff expires in 38, so we'll try to start at least a little bit before that. Alright, I think I have like 1 Arise left. No, I have 2. Okay, gaming. Okay, that's 1 up. Okay, is there any more dead? I don't think so. If you are dead, please shout it out. I do not want to leave you behind. That would be really awful. But it looks like I think we're good. Alright, so let's go ahead and advance to the queen. Markers. Oh well, screw it. That'll be the next time I host. Okay. Yeah, just enjoy your cutscene, friends. Thank you for those markers. Alright, so let's... Actually, I don't want to wait for the cutscenes. Sense that you haven't seen it in this instance, but I think it's like the exact same cutscene as normal.
Oh boy.
Alright, and getting these markers off. Thank you, ad tanks and trap sweepers. You all did wonderfully. Excuse me. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get our pure invuln tanks. If they could just go over here to the lower west, please. We're going to be disrespecting the queen. Because why the hell not? Oh, you have lost font of skill? Well, I think we'll just do normal disrespect, but if one of them go down, then please use it. And actually, I'm going to put you as the first one, just so we can make use of that if needed. Alright, where's our other one? So, we are going to disrespect the queen. So, in this case, with Cleansing Slash, we have our pure invuln, that is Paladin or Gunbreaker. Use their invuln for Cleansing Slash to cheese the Doom effect. So we don't have to deal with that. And then at that time, so like in this case, Jamalan will be our tank 1, and also will start this fight as the main tank. And so when Cleansing Slash first comes down, she will then use her invuln at about like halfway in the cast. Cleansing Slash will hit twice, then she'll drop her tank stance, and Araneth will then take over, will then provoke, and then will be our second main tank. And then during the second Cleansing Slash, they will then invuln. And then at that time, and then after the 2 hits, then Rake of Gist will be our third main tank, and then they will provoke. And then they'll have their tank stance on, and then they will take the third Cleansing Slash. So mad disrespect to the queen today, that's just the way I like it. And then for healer rolls, we'll need Dispellers and Reflects again. I'll be doing Dispel, but like definitely have like 4 Dispels. Okay, there's 1 Dispel. I'm going to do Dispel also, so that's going to be 2. Reflects and Dispels, please. Thank you, Jojo. And anyone with light curtains can help with the reflect, but that's only if you're going to actually use it. If you're not going to use it, then when we get to lightning orbs, just kind of get the hell out of the way of the lightning orb. But if you want to help with the reflect, you can use your light curtains. But I'll be getting to that in a little bit. Okay, so if we could just get 1 more Dispeller, please. Alright, thank you very much. Okay, so for the queen, this queen is basically what's considered the caller fight. So I'm still a fairly new host, but I'll do my best to make sure we all don't get obliterated. And so I'm just gonna start off by just explaining some of these mechanics. So the reason why we did the reflect and dispels is because the queen will have a sovereignty gauge, and when it hits 100, a lightning orbs will kind of pop out, and we want our reflectors to reflect the lightning orbs to create a kind of like a safe sphere shelled thing that we then go into. That will protect us from the queen's main, like, bigger raid wide. And during that time as well, the queen will have 4 buffs that we will have to also dispel off of her in that time. So that's where we kind of need that coordination. And we'll be seeing that that mechanic twice during this encounter. Then for the main mechanics she does, I'm going to start off with Super Chess. And so Super Chess is the Queen's Edict, as that's the actual name. Unlike normal mode where we just kind of move once, in this one we move, you get 2 numbered debuffs over you. And so what we will be doing is we'll be adding those together, and then I will call out the safe spot for the sum of those numbers over your head. So if you have like a 3 and a 4, then you'll be a 7. And you'll know because an easy way to know is you'll see like in your debuff icons, they'll be displayed in like Roman numerals. So like a 3 Roman numeral, 4 Roman numeral. And then 1 will expire first, and then that's kind of where we go for the first spot, and then afterwards we have the remaining 4 for the second spot. And for Savage, there is a specific safe spot that we want to go to in that number of moves. It's either going to be the center north or the center south. And so let's just say for like an example here, we use this just southeast area. So if I say like back is safe, wall is safe, 6s in the corner, 7s to the left of 6s, and 5s on the alpha marker, please. That means if the sum of your debuffs add up to 6, you'll be standing on this square right here. If you are a 7, you're to the left of 6s on delta here. And if the numbers add up to 5, you'll then be 2 squares north of this delta to the alpha marker. And then I would say we'll be marching down the Charlie column. So like if you're here, you will then just go 1 square to the right, and then you would be marching up the Charlie column all the way until you get to the last square on the northeast, and then you would go 2 more to the safe spot. And depending on how it works out, you could just kind of go to the safe spot after the first, or after your first marching phase. But basically we'll get those movements, then you can just kind of march up the Charlie column, and then I'll be telling you, and when it's time that you can just go to the safe spot, then I'll just tell you to go to the safe spot. And similar to normal mode, if you advance too far, you'll have like a doom stack over your head, so you just backtrack to remove it. That will be happening twice. It can be a pretty rough mechanic, especially for new folk. No shame if you die. We do not shame here. That is very rude. Just keep an eye out for that. I know sometimes the numbers can be kind of hard to read since they're in Roman numeral. I know for me, I kind of struggle sometimes reading those. But just do your best. And so I'll be calling out where to go on that. And then the queen, unlike normal mode where there's like 2 different relentless plays, in Savage mode there are 4. And so relentless play number 1, which just like similar to normal mode, will bring back the Queen's Guard. And so we'll be doing those mechanics, although in this one they'll be including some of those new Savage mechanics. What if you don't speak Roman? Oh, I don't know. Then that's up to you. But in relentless play number 1, oh yep, 30 minutes remaining. I'm gonna try and do as best we can with a somewhat quicker explanation. Although I know we're not bad on time though, so should be okay. So relentless 1, we'll have the gunner and the warrior, and then they do a repeat with first starting with the north sway and glow, which if you remember from normal will like kind of push you in a direction, either north, south, east, or west. And then we'll get the tether mechanic that we saw in the Queen's Guard, the tethers to swirly wind and non-tether to sparkly lightning. And then first you do that, and then from that spot, you want to position your open hole to the gunner, which will always be at the northwest. So, and then also similar to the previous fight we had, you're gonna get the turrets on the east and west side of the wall. So, open side to the northwest. Then after that, you turn your open side to the turret and match up the turret. So you don't get blasted by two of them if you're not lined up to it properly, just like in Queen's Guard. Then Relentless 2 is often the scary one. We'll try to kind of stack near the center. The Queen will go away, so it's a downtime mechanic similar to TA Swords, so hold off on your burst on that one. And then we will get a knockback because the Knight will be doing Shield Omen. So it's going to knock the orb in the center, so we want to make sure we're not directly in front. And then at the same time, the Queen is going to be doing a big diagonal slash down the arena. And so we want to just try to position ourselves so we don't get hit by either of those. And then after that, there will be 2 tethered soldiers and 2 untethered soldiers, and then the Queen will be slicing down a side of the arena, but more similar to how she does it in normal. And so we'll try to find the safe spot on that. I'll do my best to call that out and go ahead and triangle myself up again. Some good old triangle fun. I might do some follow the triangle as well. I'm not the best at Relentless 2, but I will do my best. I know last time I got lucky, and hopefully, well, I'm not going to say I hope that happens. We'll see what happens. And then Relentless 3 will have the Knight will do that yellow French fry open quarter thing, and so we'll go to the open side and either Sword Omen or Shield Omen, just like with Queen Guard. And then after that is normal mode turrets. We'll stack up together on that one so we can bait the Knight to kind of pop up right where we are. And yes, please don't get AFK kicked. This would be a really bad time to get AFK kicked when you're at the Queen. And then Relentless 4 will have a knockback. It'll have that blue similar to normal mode. The main difference, though, is the knockback does not knock you back as far. I don't think we saw Shield Omen, did we, on Queen's Guard? I think that happened last time, too. But basically, so it's going to be like a smaller knockback than normal. And we will also deal with either a Pyretic or a freeze. And one important thing to note on that is the knockback will happen before the Pyretic or the freeze. So you can pretty much just freely position yourself before the knockback without too much worry. Just kind of, you got a couple seconds to position yourself. Please do so. Just try your best to position it before the knockback. Or you could also use your knockback immunity. I believe it works on this one. I believe it actually works on this mechanic. I don't think it works on normal mode, but on this one it does.
Yes. Knockback invuln works here in Savage, but not in normal.
Yeah, that's a nice little troll that they give us. And then the last mechanic is actually one of the first ones I'm going to cover, which is normal and or murder chess. And so if you remember normal, like if you've ever not speedrun it and just do like the full Queen mechanics, the last one is like a Northswain glow, and then you see like 2 pawns. It's like half of normal chess already. So basically it's going to have 4 pawns. And then we'll just have to, we'll just dodge them as Northswain glow pushes us in a direction. And I will call that out as well. All right. Are there any questions?
I got one.
Oh, go right ahead, please.
Can I save myself a little bit of RAM by positioning myself in super chess in the neither safe? Or are there mechanics that overlap that make me have to memorize like both save, back save, wall save, etc.?
I will be calling out where you need to go. So Mostly you need to just add up the numbers of your
Mhm.
debuffs. And then I will tell you where to go on that.
Okay.
So, main thing is just listening to me on that one, and hope I get it right. This is the caller prog fight, so a lot of this hinges on basically if I get the calls right, we have a significantly higher chance of clearing. If I mess up the calls, we have a significantly lower chance of clearing.
Um,
So
one, well,
that's just how this one is. Oh, you got to disconnect. Thank you for letting me know.
oh,
Are there any other questions? I mean, we're still okay on time.
just a quick one. When it comes to that march move and it's in two parts, do you have to stop in the middle to clear the first one and then proceed to the end, or can you
Yes.
basically?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
Basically, you go by the first set of numbers on your head. So, like, if you have a 4 and a 3,
yeah.
so first you'll go down 4 first time, then you'll stop. Then the second set of pawns will attack, and then after that you'll be going 3 spaces, which should get you to the safe spot.
Okay. And do
DC
we?
has returned. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh,
Did you have
sorry.
anything else?
Just making sure. Do we start on the blue square or just on whichever one dictates our number to get to it?
I'll tell you where to start. So, like the example I gave with wall and back both safe. If you had a 7, you'd be starting on this square with the delta marker if safe spot is up north. Like, I'll
Okay,
tell you
so
where to go on all that.
it's going north. Okay.
The
It could
safe
either-
spot can be either north or south, and so it will depend. But yeah, you're gonna start on the opposite end from the safe square wherever Izumi tells you to go.
All right.
Alrighty, so let's go ahead and run ready checks, please. Be calm. You know, we're just having some fun here. No need to get like nervous or any of that. We're just having a grand old time in the DRS. Hopefully we get the clear, but you know, if we don't, then we don't. We'll just have to do this another day, and that's okay. Alrighty, so we got Alpha ready, Echo ready, Riley ready. Oh yes, thank you for the reminder of Shell. Oh, looks like I got Shell already. Thank you. Alpha ready, Echo ready, Charlie ready, Delta ready, Foxtrot ready. Do we have a... Okay, and a Bravo ready. I believe that is everything. Thank you very much. Actually, thank all of you, and I want to thank everyone who also took on some roles today, and everyone else too. So in that capacity, I want to thank Luna Midori for leading Golems. I want to thank Quit Trying for being our Duelist plus Sweep 1. I want to thank Knackle Free for being our Sweep 2, and thank Jalaman Galamold for being Sweep 3. I want to thank our Renders, Huge Mungus Galka, Rend 1, and Setanto Wormwind for Rend 2. We're going to skip Banish because thinking myself is really weird and cringe, and I don't... Oh yeah, and I'll thank Mahia. I forgot to write you on here, but thank Mahia Hoshi for the flare starring. And, thank you. And I want to thank everybody who's showed up. I mean, I haven't done this that often, so it's very, very, very kind of you to trust me with your free time. And Phantom is very, very stinky. And I want to thank all the Spellforward, Steel Sting, Dispellers, Reflectors, DPS. Everybody gets a thank you. I'm not leaving anybody out of this. Alright. So we did our ready checks, and everyone's across the purple line. Alright, let's make this happen. Okay, Jameline, you are going to be our main tank, so everyone else, please have their tank stances off. And, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just put a 30-second countdown And this is the final stretch here. So please use your lost actions. Throw out all your damage. This is the home stretch. We want to give it everything you got. Please you do your food check here. We're going to do our best to get you the mount. All right, pop Cure 4, pop Dervish, and let's go. We want Ether Shield here as well, raid wide, Ether Shield. Oh, there's something I forgot to mention. All right, we're going to be getting normal / possibly murder chest coming up. All right, so we got back row and fourth row. Okay. North Swain Glow is pushing us to the south. I want to make sure not to be on that back row, just right here about the B column where the triangle is jumping. Back row, back here. Okay, and then now we are going to go, we just stay right here. Stay right here. Okay. Slash coming up. Get ready to invuln. Get invuln now. 2 hits. After second hit, Raneth could provoke, please. And Jamalan, please turn off your tank stance. Tank 3 is dead. Yes, I will need another pure invuln, so please replace tank 3. Okay, we got super chest coming up. Good. All right, safe spot is the north. We are going down south. Okay, so back is safe. Wall is safe. 6s in the corner. 7s to the left of 6s. And 5s on the 2, actually. 5s on the 2, 5s on the 2, 5s on the 2. All right, we are marching down the Charlie column. Okay, now march to the safe spot. March to the safe spot, even if it kills you. March to the safe spot. Sorry about that late call on 5. If you died, please pop a re-raiser. Okay, this is a big raid wide shield. Ether shield, mitigate really well. This is a big one. Sovereignty bar is almost at 100. Reflectors and dispellers, please get ready. Go ahead, reflect, dispel now. Get away from the lightning orbs if you are not reflecting or dispelling. Or if you're not reflecting, excuse me. Okay. Go inside the safe shell to the south, below the queen's hitbox, or the one to the cider. All right, good job. Okay, Relentless play number 1. Please note the gunner in the northwest. All right, if you're tethered, remember you got tethers to swirly wind, non-tethers to sparkly lightning. Point your open side to the northwest. Then after that, point it to the wall. Slash number 2, Araneth. Please invuln. And if another pure invuln could please provoke. Okay, Relentless play number 2. Let's stack to the center. This is a downtime mechanic, so hold off on burst, please. Okay. Okay, right over here. Oh, hit, but anyway. Okay. 1 and 2 are safe. Oh, go all the way over here, all the way to Delta. Super chest number 2 coming up. Okay, we are going up north. Safe spot is in the south. Okay, back and wall, both safe. So 6s in the corner, 7s to the left of 6s, and 5s on the 4 marker, please. 6s in the corner, 7s to the left of 6s, and 5s on the 4 marker. We're marching down the 4 column, please. If you have a do marker, please backtrack. And then now go to the safe spot. Please go to the safe spot. Now LB3 is not quite ready for our party. If it is ready for yours, but only if it's ready. Slash is coming out. Please invuln. Stack up, stack up. We're going to bait the knight. Okay, Shield Omen, we're staying close to the knight. Just a little bit off about where the triangle is, right here. And we're going to dodge normal mode turrets. Know how to dodge normal mode turrets. Sovereignty gauge is 100. Dispel reflect. Dispel reflect. If you're not reflecting, stay away from the lightning orbs. Okay, now go inside the shell, please. Over near the Bravo marker. Okay, raid wide. Ether shield. Relentless 4 coming up. Gonna be a knockback. Okay, bombs are tethered. If you are tethered, go to big. Non-tethers to small. Tethers, non-tethered to big. Tethers to small. Heretic. After debuffs or after knockback, stop moving. 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 Now you can move. If you fall first, move to an area that exploded. All right, and this is it. Soft and rage. Gonna be many raid wides. Another raid wide. Each pair is gonna be doing raid wides. When their Ether Shield expires, replace it. And then use the Ether Shield again. We want to keep Ether Shield up all the way through this. So this part here is why we have 2 Ether Shields. All right, this is it. This is Enrage. All right, I'm very happy we got to Queen. Thank you all so much for coming. This was really fun. For all you new folks, you've got to see the entire DRS raid.
Yeah, we got the double curse. Well, we got the one of the curse patterns there for Relentless too.
Yeah.
So, but good job on that.
Thank you.